Hi, I'm Okira Banks. Welcome to the Style Lounge. Get comfortable. My next guest has designed clothes, jewelry for the hottest celebrities in the world. This haute couture designer has educated in Paris and New York City and is currently based right here in Los Angeles. Aren't we so lucky? She was one of the competitors on the hit TV show Project Runway, where she created the first, get this, mechanical dress, working mechanical dress, in the history of the series. Here's a list of some of the celebrities she's created designs for: Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Kendall Jenner, Lenny Kravitz, Rita Ora, Rihanna, and the list goes on and on and on. She's amazing, y'all, and I can't wait to hear more about this mechanical dress. Help me welcome haute couture designer extraordinaire, Natalia Fedner.
Hey, Okira.
Hey, Natalia. Welcome to the Style Lounge.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm happy you're here. So I have to ask you before we get started, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Natalia Fedner.
So am I.
You are.
I'm wearing Natalia Fedner.
Right? I'm wearing the metal hand half glove.
Yes, I love that. I might want to wear that.
Yeah, it's like MJ meets chainmail. And then my silk knit sweater, which is actually made from cutting up fabric and then knitting it into a spider web.
Wow, I love that sweater. It's really, really complimenting to the body.
Thank you. It's very cozy, too.
It is. It's good for this weather. It keeps you warm and it fits the body nice.
It's true. People are always so surprised at how warm they are, but silk is as warm as wool.
Mm-hmm. It really is. I know. A lot of people don't know that. No. Actually, I can't wear silk that often because I sweat.
You will, yeah.
No,
definitely.
I do.
No, I mean,
I was like, it's not one of my fabrics unless I'm thinking cool thoughts.
Well, also if you're wearing like silk chiffon, that's, you know, or satin.
And I have something like that. Actually, I've just pulled it out of my closet because it's folded. A pajamas that my grandaunt gave
I love silk pajamas.
When I was 17. And I put it on and forgot you don't sleep in it. And it's short pants. No, I literally burst out in a sweat. And I was like, this is why I've worn it 2 times since I was 17. Because you walk around the house pretty, but you do not sleep in it unless you are very cool body. And I'm very warm, so I get hot quick. Why do you refer to the designs of your clothes as wearable art?
Well, for a couple of reasons. We don't have traditional production set up. It's made by hand. It's made by me and a couple of other girls in my atelier. We use unconventional materials such as metals. There's a lot of jewelry work with pliers. If you buy a piece of mine, you know that it's unique in some way. I mean, there's no 2 identical pieces. It just doesn't happen. And a lot of times they're so unique that you're not going to see anything that even looks like that. So, and the price tag.
Yes, the price tag.
So the price tag, you know, it's an investment on some level. When you buy art,
it is an investment.
You know, so you're not buying it because you're going to wear it one time. You're buying it because you're going to wear it maybe a couple times, but you're also going to keep it in your closet. You're going to hold on to it. Yeah.
And I do have a few Natalia Fedner pieces, and I love wearing Natalia Fedner pieces. But no, you're right. It is a nice investment that you don't get tired of. Like, it's
well, and I also have collectors, and it's something I didn't realize when I started the line.
It kind of,
but yeah, people will they want more pieces, and they treat it like you would an artist in the sense they're like, oh, well, I want the top now, and I want the dress now, and they're not necessarily wearing them every day. And sometimes I don't even know if they're wearing them at all. They just start treating it like a collection.
And put it on a little mannequin in the corner.
Something, yeah.
And then when it's something really fancy, you might pull it out. They're $10,000 sweater.
Well, and also, well, not quite that bad, but yes.
Well, the dress, sorry.
But I also, you know, it's kind of funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I went to the Peterson Automotive Museum.
Yes.
Have you been to that?
No, I haven't been.
Oh, you got to check it out. So it's a museum here in LA that has cars of all sorts, famous cars, old cars, the history of cars. And I'm not even really an automotive person, but I do like design, like you do. And they had this really old motorcycle that kind of looked like a bicycle. And I looked at it, and it was made up of all these metal components. And I thought, you know what? You know, even if we get nuked and stuff, my metal clothing is going to survive. So I was thinking about it, I'm like, that's also what makes it art.
That is also what makes it art. But it is really more about art versus someone doing something creative and they're saying it's art.
That's true. Yeah, you can definitely wear this.
Because that's my first love. Like what drove me into doing fashion is I love art and architect. That's what my inspiration comes from. I love art. I would often sneak out to art shows often, like my little getaway.
I'm going to take you to museums with me then.
Yes, you have to.
Buddies. I'm a total nerd.
Or sometimes you might catch me in Beverly Hills when they have that art in the park. I'm there.
I don't know what that is. Tell me about it.
They have a lot of like art shows, art in the park in Beverly Hills. I don't know when. I go, oh, they're doing it again. I'm a park.
Well, I don't know when this is going to air, but the LA Art Show is either coming up or currently happening or past today.
Well, airs. She really doesn't know. She's telling us about something that's probably past. That's not going to help us by the time this airs.
Oh, don't worry. On Project Runway, I said like Merry Christmas on one of the episodes because we were shooting over the holidays, and they're like, Natalia, no.
It's not Merry Christmas.
They're like, it's not when it's airing.
It's spring.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
What inspired you to design?
You know, it's like one of my favorite and least favorite questions that I get asked a lot. And I think it's because I don't have a really good answer because I never had a moment where I said, aha, I'm a designer. I just started doing it at such an early age that there was no conscious moment for it. It's just part of who I am.
Was it kind of like a creative energy? You just kind of used it. You know, people doodle or people do different things.
I mean, I think I started drawing when I was drawing when I was 2.
Oh, wow.
And I was in Soviet Ukraine, so there wasn't a lot to do. You know, my mom would.
Russian, you guys.
I do speak Russian, and zdrasty. And and I would just sketch when my mom was at work. My parents both worked, and I didn't watch TV or anything like that, so I just had a lot of time to draw.
They need to do that again.
I agree.
Do you know how many brilliant minds come out of not watching a whole lot of TV, and now you have social media that's your TV?
My best friend won't let her kids watch TV, so I get it, and she's also an artist.
Because she wants them to have an imagination.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's important for all of us, no matter what age we are, to unplug sometimes. Like, I'm off Facebook this year, which is kind of weird. Like, you kind of feel symptoms of withdrawal. You're like,
I feel like everyone is having a withdrawal moment with social media. It's obsessive compulsive.
It's you know, I'm giving myself Instagram because it's so important to my profession, but Facebook became like this political rant cyclone that wasn't helping me.
I'm not on Facebook as much. I post and I walk away.
Yeah.
Like, I literally post and walk away, and sometimes
That's
I may
good.
go into my messaging and I will go, oh, well, why didn't you just call me? Do they know I don't? 2 months later, I'm in town. Call us. I'm like, I am not on Facebook like that. I do not have a corporate job. I'll check it a little bit more often because there's some good things that came out of Facebook. But IG and Twitter have been my thing. I do Snapchat sometimes.
I'm still not on there.
Leilani tries to help me do it, but...
Do you think it'll survive Snapchat? You think it's going to make it into the next year?
I don't know. I never got committed to it.
Yeah, I'm not committed to it.
But I do appreciate IG and Twitter. Those two.
Instagram's huge. I mean, you can make money on Instagram.
Yeah, like those two, and I'm getting better now because of the Style Lounge. Do YouTube. Thanks, Chris. So, who was your first biggest celebrity client? How they hear about you?
Okay, there's a two-part answer. The first publicly noted celebrity client was Jennifer Lopez. That was the first one that was in the media. And she found out about me through her stylists, Rob and Mariel, who are very famous. They dress everyone from Shakira to Jessica Biel to Gwen Stefani. I mean, on and on. They really are A-list stylists like you.
No,
and they had been pulling for a while, for months actually, and it was one of those things where I just started my line and I was like, oh, you know, I didn't understand it really yet. I didn't know that just because a stylist pulls from you doesn't mean the celebrity's gonna wear it. They might not know.
It's like magazines. When I worked at a fashion magazine, we pull from every designer doesn't mean you're gonna make it.
Exactly, and I didn't know that. So the first few times I was so disappointed, and by the fifth time, it did work out. And I found out about Rob and Mariel through our mutual friend who acquainted us,
Ludmilla. Ludmilla, you guys, is this amazing seamstress. She does magic. I've known Ludmilla since I've moved here, like almost 18 years.
She's like she's like the fairy godmother slash like godfather, like mafia
like
style.
Literally, I met her and she did not speak English. She just go hi, hi, hi.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Now you've known her for way longer than me.
I've known her. Yeah, she was doing work for another designer.
And she's like Hollywood's best kept secret.
But I remember when she went off on her own, I brought her.
Wow, you really have known her forever.
And she was in a building. Oh, I used to be like you. We shared a building.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I brought her first tour client, and it was when she wasn't as busy. And it was for CeCe Winans, the Winans family. They were doing a tour.
There's so many of them.
Right, and it was the girls, and it was all of them at this time, and she custom everything.
Oh, wow. I mean,
she's amazing.
Her work ethic is unparalleled. Like, if you want a really good tailor, you know, she may not be the cheapest one, but she's the best.
She is not cheap. Someone, and we know who they are, but I'm not going to mention their name, text me, your girl, I think she got me. She got me bleeding. I said, she's one of the best, and you did get a discount. She cut your suit down in half. A tuxedo you want to wear.
I have a client who said something similar.
And I'm like, it's costly, but she does magic.
Well, I had a client one time come in who she was like, oh, you know, Ludmila's so expensive. And I'm like, I know, well, do you have another tailor you prefer? She's like, no. She's like, I only go to Ludmila. She's the best. I feel like we're doing a commercial for Ludmila.
Right.
Ludmila Couture.
But
it's
the
in
new
Los
Couture,
Angeles.
Ludmila Couture on Melrose in Los Angeles. Check it out.
She's going to love this.
What?
Oh, sorry.
No,
I'm
sorry.
so sorry. I completely forgot the second. Actually, Pamela Anderson was my first unofficial celebrity.
Oh, wow.
Because she actually bought almost my entire first collection.
Really?
Yeah, a stylist showed her my stuff.
And that's so Pamela Anderson, but it gave class.
But she didn't release the book for like a year and a half. So nobody knew about it. Jennifer Lopez became public way before that. So I have to give Pam some credit because she really was the first one who bought the pieces.
Bought it.
Yeah, she bought like 7 pieces, and I'd only made like 14, so that was a significant portion of my collection.
Oh, that was a nice 6 months for you, huh?
Yeah, no, thank you, Pam, wherever you are. And also, you know, she's dear to my heart because of the animal rights stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, we like Pamela Anderson. She's definitely like a legend in this game and maintaining and looking great.
Yeah.
Pamela. Okay, what is your creative process? And I've seen it.
That's kind of, she has seen it. She's seen the crazy whirlwind.
I've seen it on different levels. So do tell.
I don't know. I love to play around. I think as we get older, if we're honest with ourselves, we admit it. We say, yeah, I like to play. And we give ourselves the time and space to do it. Because it's so easy to get lost in the noise of having a business and doing all the managerial stuff. But my creative process is me by myself in my atelier or my apartment. And a lot of times it's playing with textiles or making up textiles. And other times it's sketching. And sometimes I'll make a really beautiful fabric and then I'll sketch and then I'll make the dress. So it's like chicken or the egg. I used to only sketch first and then make the designs, but I found that sometimes you can get really inspired by the textile, and that is a better place to start.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Well,
I love your collection. Oh my God, okay, your clothing. I've been wearing that dress so much.
Isn't it comfortable?
Oh my God, I've been layering it with everything. It's so cozy.
So good.
And sexy.
And I just did a new piece. Maybe I have to put some of my stuff in your studio.
I have O'Hara's maxi dress, the OTG maxi dress that's got like, it's a lot of boobs, but it's cute.
But it's very comfortable and sexy. And my pieces you can layer really nice.
It's like the perfect
I'm wearing OTG essentials right now with some Natalia Fedner.
They go together well.
They go together well.
Just like us.
Yes. So it starts with you, just you and your time.
Just me and my time. And I think that's, you know, when I first started my line, which was about 4 years ago now, it was kind of a weird place because I hadn't designed for a while. I know you know this about me, but maybe not your listeners, but I did act for a while.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't designed for a while. I had maybe done some basic costuming, and I didn't really know where to start, and I just kind of looked at my old Parsons books, my old sketchbooks from when I was a student, and I looked at my old textile design, and I used that as a launch pad based on the advice of my actually good friend Gingy, who went to Parsons, and she had started her line too later, and she said, you know, Natalia, I just looked at the stuff we did in Paris, and I said, okay, I'm gonna look, I know it sounds so bougie, but yeah, I studied in Paris, but we had some of the most creative times there. We were really given a lot of freedom, and so when I started my line, don't be ashamed, I guess if I had to give some random advice, don't be ashamed to start in the past, because maybe it'll help you jumpstart the present.
I will, since you said that, I will share this with you. The pieces that I do now, how the collection started for my collection, were ideas I had in my head about 6 years prior.
Yeah, that happens.
And I was like, whatever, I'm gonna let it go, whatever. And then it found its way back very organically with me doing a pretty party. And I was like, I'm gonna give everybody 2 dresses. And then someone was like, I wanna buy one. I was like, it's not for sale. And I was trying to find my comfort too at the time because of the transition that was going on in my life. I was like, it's not for sale. I just want to tell everybody thank you.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
And
like
that's exactly what happened. And someone was like, I think you started a clothing line. I was like, no, I did not. I just have extra fabric and I had these ideas in my head. Let me just get them out.
I mean, sometimes it takes the time it takes.
And that's what it has been. And the crazy part, like people like, you should do this, you should do this. I said, what happened is this collection met me.
Mm-hmm.
And although I have a dual degree in design and merchandising and marketing, thank God, that's not what I thought I was about to do. So what I did was, since people wanted to buy it, I was like, well, I'm not going to lose no money. So let me put together a little website. Let me figure out how to do that. And, you know.
That's how I was with those crystal necklaces that everyone
I
loves.
love your crystal necklace.
I just made them for fun. They're not even an official part of my collection. I just end up making them.
And I've bought 3.
and gotten them for your clients, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people love them. And it's just that it was my personal thing. I loved crystals.
It's something about that thing that's organic that, and you probably sell out of them now.
I sell a fair amount. I don't publicize them. So usually what will happen is either I'll gift it or someone will come in and they'll see it, and it just kind of starts a chain reaction because I guess if people haven't seen them yet, they're just a little titanium quartz crystal, but they're on a really beautiful 14-karat gold. Yeah, gold silver chain.
I get stopped about mine all the time.
Yeah, because we see them on bulky, you know, leather cords, and they look very like hippie, like patchouli or something. And sometimes you want to look refined.
There's nothing wrong with patchouli.
Sometimes there's too much of it.
It's become one of my pieces that I wear all the time.
Well,
like
you get used to it. It's like an amulet, right?
And it's my protection, girl.
Exactly.
I need that. I mean,
we all need that. We all need that.
And I'm prayed over them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I really am serious about it. They've sat in the sun. The one I gave Tiffany, we during the solar eclipse, I let them sit out and charge up. And
I need to give you mine. Charge mine up.
Well, you had to wait for another solar eclipse. That's in how many years?
It's so funny. I'd be like, oh, Kara, 10 years from now, can you charge all my crystals?
Yes, but mine are bigger now on double rose gold chain.
Right.
What is your personal style?
Ooh,
like, describe your personal style. Because I know you, and if people heard how you talked about your designs and you being your own customer, they would be on the floor.
Oh, yeah. No, that's funny because nobody ever asks me that question. That's the one I don't get asked. Because, you know, my personal style... You know how when you watch a runway show and the designer comes out at the end of the runway show and they're wearing all black and they just like look like they're wearing black jeans and a black t-shirt and you're like, wait a moment, these amazing dresses just came out. I can be a little bit like that, but I try not to share it because that's like my closet style where I'm at my office. I'm just in very relaxed clothing. I want to be able to move around. I'm not wearing makeup most of the time. You know, I'm very kind of in the work. And also, it's very labor intensive. My nails never look good. I'm using pliers. She knows this. Like I gave up on manicures years ago because I'll just break them.
But because I've seen your process.
Yeah,
it's very hand chain. I mean, it's very tedious work.
Yes. It's like, not for the not patient.
It's not, and I could never do it, or I would walk away.
It's like yoga. It's meditative. You get
well,
into
that's
it.
why I don't do yoga. I'm like, can we change? And I need to get there, but I've done it, and I start thinking about people breathing, and I'm like, we're holding this pose too long. I could do this at home.
We need to get into like power yoga, like Ashtanga yoga, or like Madonna style, where it's like powerlifting.
And then it's hot, and if it's too hot, I'm inhaling hot air, and then I can't. But I need to get into something because the stretching is good. And when I used to dance, that's one thing that helped me a lot, like in a major way. And what I do now is I find myself, and this is off topic, doing a lot of my old dance stretches to bounce.
But those are great stretches. I still do my old gymnastic stretches. They feel great.
They feel so good.
But yeah, my style I actually had to kind of get pushed into wearing my own clothing because it is a little bit scandalous and a little bit see-through. And I'm really happy my friends were like, wear your stuff. You're going to these important events, these red carpets. Why aren't you wearing your designs? And so I'm grateful for everyone pushing me because it also forced me to wear my clothing, which taught me a lot about what worked and what didn't work and how to layer it properly, which made me a better designer and a better advisor to my clients. Yeah. So
which made you do a lot of small
undergarments.
Undergarments.
Because I'm not that girl who's gonna walk around. Well, I'm like kind of half naked right now, but generally speaking, I tend to not wear too scandalous. I like body conscious. I'm a bodycon girl, day in day out. Like,
but she wants you to show your ass.
Yeah, I want you to show off your figure. I love a woman's body. I think it's meant to be displayed, and my collection is very much about that. There's not a lot of volume. It's very fitted. No matter what the piece is, it's fitted.
I love your pieces. I wore one of your dresses last year at the Costume Designer Guild Award.
You look amazing.
World of Art.
Because you got that booty.
Thank you. Well, we know.
If you don't know about her booty, look her up on Instagram.
But I also have, I don't show my booty that much on Instagram.
Oh, you should.
That's the second time. That's the second time
Good
I've been told.
I have like body goals. Hashtag Okara body goals 2018.
Are you serious? No, look.
People pay for that.
Yes, they do.
Well, I've had it my whole life, and I don't look behind me.
I'm a white Russian girl. There's nothing back there.
But you know what? The Russian girls have nice curves, though. They have good hips. Yeah, you have a very cute shape. But no, maybe I gotta turn up my ID and do the third
I
strap.
a little bit of over the shoulder. You know how when the photographers on the red carpet are like over the shoulder, they just want to see your butt. That's code for butt. Over the shoulder, really we mean butt.
I still don't know what it looks like back there. Like, cause I've had it my whole life. My best friend when I was in Charleston told me, "Oh, Kira," she's like, "and you still got that walk." I said, "What's wrong?"
You sachet.
And that's what she told me. She said, "Ever since you were in high school, like that's how you always walk." I never looked at the way I walk.
That's good. It's good.
But I just always thought I walk like you or you or you. And she was like, "No, it's just it moves." And she said, "Then when you walk fast, because you're always walking fast." I'm like, "So you mean to tell me I'm just sashaying all over the place?" I said, "That's the problem." Okay. No wonder they made us wear girdles.
Did you go to like a private school or something?
No, I had a grandmother and knew my great grandmother, and you know they were old school. You know, nothing was supposed to move.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing. Do you think you'll ever do like a girdle collection, something sexy and hot?
I mean,
maybe with some jewels.
I love sexy stuff, and I'm never say never because honestly, when you're a designer, and you know this well,
I do know,
you have to brand yourself, which means you don't get to design everything you want to. Because
you have to brand what people know you for, and then you can step out and do something, but you have to stay true to what?
For at least for a while, because when you think of Versace or Donna Karan or Marc Jacobs or any designer.
Or Diane von Furstenberg, she'll be forever the wrap dress.
You have something, either a piece or a style or a color, and it's really important because as your client depends on that image. It's kind of like when your favorite singer all of a sudden releases an album that doesn't sound anything like them, and good for them for being artistic, but you're like,
can you go back to R&B?
Like, you know, like I love Fiona Apple, but when she released that last album, I was like, girl. Anyways, nobody even remembers that. It was so long ago. But,
she's probably happy.
She's probably happy. But that's why, like, as a designer, I want to design cars. I want to design vodka bottles. I want to design gowns out of crazy materials or regular materials.
Right.
But, you know, this metal work I've been doing has kind of become associated with me. And I don't mind it. I don't hate it at all. In fact, I'm very grateful to it. But yes, as an artistic person, you want to do everything.
The beautiful part about what you do is everybody doesn't want to do it.
Oh, it's like, I'm like, go ahead, try to knock it off. It's like, good luck.
Knock it off. You're going to get tired really quick because I would never want to knock it off.
I remember when I first started working, I met with an I'm self-funded, but I did meet with an investor, and he made me meet with his China partner. And the first thing he asked was, will China knock this off? Because I have a patent for my, patent pending for my product, for my metal. And the guy said, nope. He's like, this is going to be way too expensive for China. They're not going to bother with it.
China is not trying to buy some metals and then sit somebody there for 2 cents to do it, to come up with one piece in a week.
Yeah, and it breaks, and it's you know.
And you can't have cheap product. No. And theirs will start to tarnish.
Oh, yeah,
and you turn green, and then there'll be a whole lot of different things.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's copper, most of it, unless it's gold or silver, which made me think
so
of
it's healing.
Exactly. I knew you were going to say it. So it's actually, like, people are like, what's the metal? I'm like, it's copper. And then people are like, oh, did you know that's good for you? I'm like, no, it just works really well from an alloy standpoint, from a, what do you call it, like a nerdy
it works for you, so you get a little bit of healing, and you get a little bit of wearable art.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know you have a lot of little kept secrets, and you can't always say what's going on or what you're doing.
So
you kind of can't. Like, you have to sign your blood off of half of the projects that you do.
Sometimes it's NDAs, and other times it's just more than NDAs. It's like your word, and you can really lose clients.
Yes, you can.
If you tell people things.
They need to tell everybody that, like today, because that's how you make your money and your checks, keeping your mouth closed.
Yeah, it's true.
So I wanted to know, ask you. What else you have going on next? And for those who don't already know, where can they find you on social media?
Okay, we'll start with the easy one. On social media, just my name, Natalia Fedner. Kind of like the guitar, but you switch the D on the end. So it's like Fender, but Fedner, yes. I'm everywhere on social media. Nobody has my name. Just Natalia Fedner, just Google it.
You guys, you're gonna go after her name afterwards.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, how did she spell it? As far as what's going on, what I can talk about is I made an amazing fashion film with an incredible crew and cast everybody volunteered their time. It's a dance project, and we have an amazing singer, a rapper that we used for the song, who's also her first project, like first Chi, and she's amazing. And Alexander is my dancer friend. And Dane Long is the director and DP, and that's going to be coming out sometime this year. I don't have the set dates. We've already been in film festivals. It's already won several awards, including Best Costumes, which I was like, it's not really costumes, but I'll take it. You know, it is like see-through metal clothing, so I get it. And that is going to be available soon. I have some amazing things coming up that I can't talk about.
Dang it, not a little bit. Not a hint.
I'm starting to do more product stuff, like a fan, like I'm doing a crystal fan.
Oh, I saw that sample of the crystal fan. It's everything. How much is that fan?
I don't know. I think it's going to be like, at retail, probably over $2,000.
It's gorgeous.
It's actually in my backpack outside the studio. I brought it, but it's got Swarovski crystals on it, and it's real silver or gold depending on the fan.
It looks like it's about.
But it's an art object. You're not. It's like people are like, oh, can you use it? I'm like, it's got holes in it. You can't actually.
You really can't use the fan.
Fan
you want to if you in the video and you want to be bougie. It's a Beyonce fan.
You hold it.
You hold it and you act like you're fanning, but it really does not.
No,
it's not functional.
It's the opposite of functional, and it's heavy too. So you're like, ow, my hand hurts. So I'm doing more art objects, and that fan came into fruition just because of that fashion film. We had a flamenco sequence, and I thought, how cool would it be to have a fan for the flamenco sequence? So I just made one, and everyone's like, we love this. So that's also a cool part of being your own designer in a small company, is that you can have those organic moments. There's no one looking over your shoulder and being like, you have to meet these 8 collections and these deadlines, because they're like, I want to make a fan today, and I do.
You should do a nice series. That would be a really nice collectible item.
Well, I love product design. Did you see what Absolute did with the vodka bottles this past holiday season?
No, I didn't.
So many months ago.
No.
They did the sequins on the bottle, the ones that you can brush and change. You know how we've seen them in fashion a lot. But they put it on the bottle, and it was perfect for someone like me. It was only like $5 more, and I could buy it as a gift, and it was like a really nice beverage gift. I feel like I'm making another commercial. People pay me for this.
Pay her.
Pay me, absolutely.
She's an amazing publicist and ambassador.
But I guess what I'm saying is that it would be fun to branch into things like that, into more product design.
I think you'll have fun with that.
But you know, we were talking about this, I think, was it yesterday when we were on the phone? And I said last time I did one of these podcasts, it was right after I'd done Lemonade with Beyonce, and I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
Oh no, you couldn't say anything.
And I didn't even know it was Lemonade. Like they're not gonna let you know that it's Lemonade. You just worked with Beyonce. I knew it was underwater because they were like, you know, it has to be get wet. And I went to set, but I didn't actually get. You know, there's like many limits between Beyonce and me. But I got to go to set and drop things off, pick things up, and was working with her stylist, Bea Ackerland, who's amazing, and I knew I just worked with Beyonce, and it was amazing.
And I couldn't touch her, and I couldn't tell anyway. I couldn't touch her, see her, and I couldn't tell anyone.
No, and it was crazy because the podcast was like, what's coming up for you? And I was like, well, just like follow my Instagram, because like sometimes soon something will happen. So things like, so keep an eye on my Instagram, because sometimes soon something will happen.
So on that note, you can follow her at
Natalia Fedner. Yeah. On Instagram. Instagram's the best place. My website's really beautiful and curated, but it's not, you know, all of us designers, it's not the most up-to-date thing in the world.
Yeah, like mine.
Yeah, Instagram's on the daily, and you also get a piece of me on Instagram. I try to put a little bit of myself into the stories. Like, the actual page itself is somewhat curated. It's really fashion-based, but the stories, you get to see a little bit behind the scenes, how I do things that I might not want up for more than 24 hours because of me being goofy or whatever, or maybe it's a little bit of a secret that, you know, I don't necessarily need out there permanently. But yeah, that.
At Natalia Fedner on Instagram, or you can find her at nataliafedner.com.
Yeah, just Natalia Fedner all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Natalia.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad you came in.
I'm glad. Great. This is so fun. I'm so excited about this whole podcast.
Isn't it though?
I listened to Tiffany's episode, and it was so good. If you guys haven't listened to Tiffany Haddish's episode, it's just to die
hilarious.
For. I love that she's like, anything over $50 is super expensive. And I'm like, girl.
Then she wore Natalia Fedner once. Just once, and that was it.
yeah, because I kept asking, okay, I'm like, okay, we gotta get Tiffany some more pieces. She's like, okay, so she like tears things up. And then I listened to the podcast episode, I was like, oh yeah, okay, she's talking about it, yep.
Yeah, she tears things up, she does. She's rough, she's a beautiful flower. A soft flower is what I call it, because she likes flowers.
Well, she's wonderful, and again, we had so much fun that one night, so
yeah,
it's our little
did.
secret.
Oh, for those who don't know, she's vegan. Anyhow, we gotta have another vegan night. Yeah, we have to really soon.
I'll invite Pamela Anderson.
Okay, wink. Thank you, Natalia. I love you so much.
You.
Thank you. This was great. We'll do it again. We made it easy for you to find us. Follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Style Lounge Podcast. Search for Style Lounge. The Style Lounge is executive produced by K.O. Banks Productions and is recorded at Rick D's Entertainment Studios in Burbank, California. Michael Motion is our engineer and editor. Music for the show is produced by Eric Dawkins for E-Flat Music Group. Peace, blessing, and light.